All right.
All right, what's going on? This is TK from Comic Consignor and the Gulf Coast CW. We're out here at day one of Pensacon with one of the legends himself, Sam Irvin. How you doing today?
Hey, good to see you. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man. So, I guess, what do you think of day one of the event so far? It's just starting up. It's looking pretty fun, looking pretty cool.
Fantastic, and all these great cosplay people are walking by the table, and I've seen Cruella DeVille, and I've seen a half-naked Batman, and I mean, just everything goes. It's pretty cool. I'm loving it.
I can't wait to see an Elvira cosplay go by.
Yes, I need an Elvira cosplay. Yes, guys, I directed Elvira's Haunted Hills, so I'm looking for any cosplay Elviras, and I'm going to give them a free little card of me with Elvira.
That's awesome. So, how awesome was that to direct a picture of just working with that cast? I mean,
it was dream come true. I've directed 50 movies, and this was my all-time favorite. It was the most fun to do. We shot it in Romania. I got the job.
We actually shot in Romania?
Yeah, we did. We built the sets. We built the Pit and the Pendulum set, all these incredible castle sets. I mean, it was a real movie where we could create stuff from the ground up and design it the way we wanted. I wanted it to match the Roger Corman, Vincent Price movies, of course, and we dedicated the film to Vincent Price. That's it was the film, Pit and the Pendulum was the film that I saw at 5 years old that made me become a horror fan and a Vincent Price fan and everything else. And I became good friends with him. In fact, I've written a book. It's a coming-of-age memoir called I Was a Teenage Monster Hunter, How I Met Vincent Price, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, and More. And it's a collection of interviews I did when I was a teenager with 35 horror royalty. And I got to know Vincent, and our whole relationship is all throughout the book, and it's pretty cool. I won the Rondo Award for Writer of the Year last year for this book, so I'm very proud of it.
Oh, that's amazing.
You can get it on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And it's narrated by me, but a whole bunch of guest stars do their interview answers and things. And Elvira did the foreword, and she recorded her foreword, and people like Jane Seymour and different people do their interviews and stuff. It's
pretty cool. I wanted to talk on the audiobooks. So, like, it's not just you on these. You always you have cameos.
I always have some guest stars, you know, and so it's been really cool. I just did my newest book is The Making of Frankenstein: The True Story. It's also available on Amazon and all those formats, and we just put out the audiobook on this. And I got Jane Seymour, who's in the film, to re-record her answers to interviews that she did with me at 17, way back when, and then another interview that I conducted with her more recently. And Leonard Whiting, who played Dr. Frankenstein, he's on there, and all kinds of people. I had the foreword is by Anne Rice, and she's no longer with us, unfortunately, who wrote An Interview with a Vampire. This was the film that inspired her to write that, but I got her to write the foreword before she passed away. And we had Juliette Mills, a great Emmy Award-winning actress, record her foreword for the audiobook. And then the afterword, I'm so proud, is by Guillermo del Toro, who right now is making his own Frankenstein film. They're shooting it in Canada and in Scotland. And so he wasn't available to record his voice doing the afterword, but we got Doug Jones, who played the Aquaman in Shape of Water, and he was in Hellboy and all these other Guillermo del Toro films. And Guillermo gave his blessing and said, Doug is my brother, you know. So it was really cool to have him as a guest star on the audiobook. So I'm really proud of this one too, clearly.
That's amazing. How fun is that to be able to go back with cast members and just go back on those interviews?
It's incredible. And a lot of the Hammer film ladies that I did, I went to London. I was honored at Darkfest this year in London in November of 2023, and I had a whole panel of bringing together all these ladies that I'd interviewed back when I was a teenager. We had Martine Beswick, who was from Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. We had Madeline Smith from The Vampire Lovers and Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. We had Linda Hayden from Taste the Blood of Dracula and Blood on Satan's Claw. We had Chloe Franks, the little girl from Tales from the Crypt. She's the one that lets the Santa, the psycho Santa, into the house to kill her mother, played by Joan Collins. And then she was in House of Drip Blood. She kills Christopher Lee with a voodoo doll, and she was there. And Virginia Weatherall, who was in Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde, and did Curse of the Crimson Altar with Boris Karloff. I mean, can you imagine talking to somebody who's worked with frickin' Boris Karloff? I mean, anyway, it was the most incredible panel, and had a great time. And anyway, I'm just
like legends of legends there.
Yeah, I led a charmed life somehow when I was a teenager, and I'm kind of reliving it now.
So amazing. Well, first off, thank you so much for an interview. I can't keep you out here all day. I want to talk nerdy stuff all day. I got to get to everybody. But
exactly.
Before we do hop off here, I was wondering where fans can find you and be able to, you mentioned at the beginning of the interview on where they can find your books. Is that for all of these?
Yes, everything you can find on Amazon. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Sam Irvin, Irvin, and just find me and you'll see all my stuff. I mean, in addition to being a director of over 50 films, I was a producer as well for 25 movies, including Gods and Monsters, the Oscar-winning film with Ian McKellen as James Whale. I directed 3 seasons of Dante's Cove, the sexy gay horror series. I do a lot of Hallmark Christmas movies at the other end of the scale, and a lot of Lifetime thrillers and all that kind of stuff. I did 2 Oblivion films for Full Moon for Charlie Band. They were sci-fi westerns with George Takei and Julie Newmar, and I just kind of do a little of everything. And I started my career as Brian De Palma's assistant on Dress to Kill, and I'm selling that DVD, and I've also got a whole magazine on the making of Dress to Kill that I wrote. I'm actually working on a book expanding all of that.
You're the jack of all trades. That's awesome.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I can't stop creating. So between directing gigs, I'm writing books about movies. So that's my
so
life.
All right. Well, I gotta let you get back to it. I got a few other places I gotta be.
Thank you, man. Loving
it. So awesome hanging out.
Really,
and y'all make sure to get out here, check out all the amazing celebrities. It's a great event. Remember, this is the only show that has a clean bill of health from Dr. Doom, Dr. Strange, Dr. Fate, Doctor Who. We'll see you in the multiverse. Gotta run.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much for your interview, man.